Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Blood Phantom 81. So in this video, I'm going to do my weekly stock market recap and update video. I'm actually more excited to do this one. It's been crazy how much the market's been rallying, so we're just going to jump right into the charts. And so, yeah, so it looks like all-time highs are pretty much imminent, I would say. Let's go ahead and zoom into a smaller term time frame on the S&P 500. And actually what I want to reference is my previous video where we were talking about how once the S&P 500 broke out of this resistance area, it ended up using it as support, and then we started to consolidate just sideways basically. And so let's go ahead and zoom in on those sideways consolidations. As you guys can see, it's like up and then sideways, up, sideways, etc. And so my bias was to the upside in my last week's video, at least in the short term. And yeah, that idea still continues. So it's just basically upside, sideways consolidation, upside, sideways consolidation, et cetera, et cetera. And then right now, what happened is there was a bit of resistance that the market was hovering around last night. Actually, I think over the past couple of days, this is where we've been stuck. And we finally did a gap up today, and now it's just consolidating sideways. And so I have every reason to think that the market is going to continue doing this, especially now that we're consolidating sideways. Um, I have every reason to think that in the short term there will be another higher high. Now, how much higher above the all-time highs will go, I think is sort of interesting. And yeah, I think so. Previously, my 2020 video, I don't want to bring it up again, but yeah, I talked about how the market would stall out at or near all-time highs, meaning like above all-time highs. Um, Even if I may think that, right, I'm not like positioning myself in like a crazy way. Like, let's say we do get there, I'm not going to just completely sell everything. I'm still going to do some trend following in the short term. But yeah, that was sort of my call last week, or yeah, last week or 2 weeks ago, is that I did think that slightly above all time highs would sort of be an area to watch out for, just in the sense that it's possible there would be some kind of shift in sentiment. Maybe we turn a little bit more bullish, or just the pendulum swings in one direction or another. But to be honest, it's so hard to get a good read on sentiment right now. When I look at something like the AAII sentiment indicator, for example, which is basically a survey of just regular retail investors, you can see that a lot of retail investors are still pretty much bearish, or at least over the historical average of bearishness. And so, yeah, I think I don't know, it's so hard to get a good read on sentiment. And so that's basically the point I want to make, is like this video could become super short if I just said what I'm about to say right now, which is yes, I think there might be something that shifts in terms of sentiment, a few percent above all-time highs, but I'm not going to do anything particularly crazy about it. Like, I'm still going to trend follow in the short term. So let's go ahead and talk about what trends I'm going to be following. Okay, so this is QQQ on a shorter term time frame. This is an hourly chart, so each of these candlesticks represents an hour. And yeah, we've basically just been using these short-term moving averages as support. I ended up buying a little bit more up here for a nice little pop, just to get myself a little bit more leverage. I might take profits soon, but on what I bought here. But even in the short term, I can still see us making another pop higher. And so whether that'll be the last pop, I'm not sure. But I'm not really doing anything until these moving averages break. And you guys know my goal for the year is 200K. I basically think that if the market continues in this current trajectory, I'm going to get there, right? Like, especially if we stay above these moving averages, I'm going to get there. Um, Although I am hoping for something larger, I think there's not that much to do, and I'm not going to make another one of these videos until these shorter two moving averages break, because I'm kind of sick of saying the same thing, and I think you guys might be sick of actually hearing the same thing. And so, yeah, this is my final sort of conclusion right now, is that once again, I think this will be an area of interest, slightly above where we're at right now, actually. So this is where the S&P 500 sits. I do see us getting to 340. Now, what happens here, I'm not sure. I'm still, I'm going to double down on my prediction from last week, actually, and say that the market will still have trouble there. Maybe I throw on some protective puts. Maybe I take a little bit of profits. I don't know. I'm not going to do anything too drastic, just very, very simple moves here and there. And so, yeah, I think the market's in the very short term, I can still see us heading higher, but I think the market will struggle there. That's just my wild and crazy prediction. But again, I'm not making any moves off that. One last note before I let you guys go is that I even bought Tesla recently. I bought it a few days ago when Tesla was consolidating. I think this happened maybe in the past 2 weeks. Tesla was consolidating, kind of looked like a bull flag. So I was like, why not, I might as well just take the risk right now, because it just looks like sideways consolidation before moving higher. And so I definitely took that risk, and that is the easiest 23% I've made in my entire life. So I bought it at 14.85. Maybe I'll sell it this week. I'll most likely sell it this week, but I can see why you guys like it so much. It's definitely a pretty high flyer. One thing that's pretty cool is obviously, it's up a crazy amount in the past year. 718%. I don't think that's going to happen next year, but I can still see this being something of a high flyer. And so I definitely think any dips should be bought. I'm not like buying a lot of this, but I can see why a lot of people like it. And honestly, I don't really like the stock too much. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to bandwagon myself, but yeah, I can see why people like it as a high growth name. When did I actually buy this? Let's see, market buy. Yeah, okay, August 4th. So that was on this day. Okay, so August 4th went down a little bit the next few days, and then nice little pop. So yeah, I feel like I repeated myself quite a few times in this video. Don't expect another market update until something breaks. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video.